Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Conscious Reality Conversations with me, Rashmi, guiding you each week and talking you through with my hard hitting life experiences about spirituality, awakening, healing, food, fitness, consistency, discipline, grief, trauma, and pain, and how I got to be the person I am today and help you be exactly where you need to be. You can catch this podcast every Monday at 7 p.m. on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. Good evening, my listeners, and a happy Monday. Today's discussion is about 7 tips to upgrade and squeeze out the best from your mornings. These are things you don't have to do all together every morning. You can kind of pick and choose and put them wherever and however, depending on the mornings you are having. It's like a 80-20 rule for me. I try to do a lot of them at least 80% of the time every morning, and I thought let me collate most of them as they have helped me transform and optimize my mornings. So here's a couple of hacks and tricks I've done that have changed my life, including the day. First things first is I try to wake up with the sun rising. Since I'm a single woman, it's easier that way. But for parents listening to this suggestion of mine is for them to try and wake up at least about 25 or 30 minutes before your kids wake up. That way, you can start your day in a very mindful and my time way manner. Back to self, I wake up and I lay down in silence on the floor with my legs up on the wall for some good blood circulation and downloading whatever I want my day to look like. Sometimes I put on some calm music or listen to a very short podcast for leveling up my thoughts at that point in time. And that's also meditation to me. Alternatively, I put my shoes on, which I keep ready the previous night with my gym clothes, because for me, out of sight is out of mind. So for me, it has to be in my sight. And that readiness actually will help me hop out for a quick 30 minutes walk, like a good morning walk, getting in sun. Because as you guys know, sun also helps us balance our hormones. Another thing I never do is actually to wake up to an alarm. I just like naturally or a natural way of my body to get into the morning rhythm on its own. I don't like to wake up to the alarm's jarring sound. It's such a bad way to wake up and such a terrible way to start your day. The second one is the moment I wake up, I open my curtains or my shades. This is like a signal to your body, and it's a very conscious signal, by the way, that there is nothing like laying in your bed when it's morning and tossing and spoiling those precious morning moments. So actually, this hack of opening up the blinds is such a powerful subconscious exercise, let me tell you. So it's actually telling your body that it's time to be up and running or time to be up and getting go. By making your bed also is such an alternative but an important good way of habit stacking. My third and the most important tip is not to look at your phone the moment you wake up in specific. I have purposeful boundaries and rules assigned around this. I actually book into my day with no phone at least for the first 30 to 45 minutes from the time I open my eyes. So my phone is most times on a flight mode or a silent mode, especially after 9 p.m. every single day. Imagine that how much of technology we breathe into every single moment, that we in turn get so deprived of beautiful habits like reading, sitting in silence, or just being in the present moment, observing what's going on around us. The only time I actually grab my phone is to actually get that meditation link turned on, but I don't look at my text, my calls, my emails, or any other social media app. The fourth hack is to get maximum what I need from my morning is when I lay my clothes out about what I'm going to be wearing. I literally iron them and they're right in my face so that the night before, that is including my gym clothes, that they're visually available for me to plan and organize and get that thing about what I'm going to wear for the day, what I'm going to eat for the day, kind of the whole bandwagon of thoughts completely out. I actually also keep my shoes ready so that, that's my way of telling my brain that, look, you're ready for a workout and trust me, it works. And whatever it could be, subconsciously or consciously, but try doing this because it really works. I also track on my fridge post. I have a post-it on my fridge. And that track is all about, or that post-it is all about my breakfast, which means I'm already prepared what I'm going to eat that morning. So it's literally out of my thinking radar, which gives me more time to be productive with other more important chores or things I need to do for my business and even my mindset. Hack number 5, and this one is my personal favorite, is that I don't do coffee or any hot beverage right away when I wake up. I at least wait about 60 to about 75 minutes after I'm up to drink my first cup of coffee. So I have an order of how I like my drinks. When I wake up, I do a glass or 2 of water instantly, which is by my bedside. Then I have some electrolytes to internally hydrate and recharge my body. And I mix that up with some L-glutamine. And that's such a fantastic drink for your gut lining. Well, you can skip this if you don't want to have L-glutamine, but electrolytes are a must. The next thing I do is, when I wake up, is that when I'm having coffee after those 60 or 75 minutes, I ensure that it's not on an empty stomach. I either have maybe half an avocado with some seed mix to kickstart my metabolism because, coffee is pretty acidic in nature and I just don't want to push that onto my body and, disturb my gut lining. And I also then wash my face with some super cold water to wake me up. So I don't do the ice dipping, or probably could do a ice roller or a ice squasher, but normally I just splash some really cold water so that, I'm back. And that is like my way to wake up. And that way, I'm also not slipping back to bed because once I'm up, I'm up. And so this thing about my routine or anyone's should be literally so easy and on the go for you and not very overwhelming. And that too in specific for parents, because how I know mothers juggle with their own personal me time and also sending their kids to school. So if you're a mom in any specific idea or direction, that self-time morning seems difficult for you, but trust me, waking up earlier than your kids is such a good hack. So try it if you haven't. Hack number 6. The most important hack for me most mornings is that I write my morning gratitude prayers, and after that I jump to organize my day by writing in my planner with some specific prompts. And these are the prompts I've been doing to actually build my life and my business. These are quick prompts that will help you streamline your mind in just one look. Like, I'm not asking you to write 3 or 4 pages because nobody has the time early morning to do that, but maybe just a 8-10 header or an 8-10 pointer lists what you can write, which will help you organize your day. Like, for instance, I write what my work goal for the day is. What podcast am I listening to? What chores I have to do? What frequency I'm meditating on? So on and so forth. The last hack number 7, which is my personal favorite as well. Most of them are my personal favorites, but this one in specific is for the flow of my body. What I do is I put on some slow jazz music. I personally love bossa nova or Spanish jazz, which is easily available on Spotify, YouTube, or Apple, to set my body and my mind moving. So I'm like, as the music is touching my ears, I'm like grooving and, I'm like kind of in that moment and moving as well. So if I'm at home or even when I get down for a nice sunrise brisk walk, listening to this calming music early on of the day will bring my brain frequency to a very uplifting vibe. Sometimes when I'm at home, I just put a candle on with my shades completely open. I let the sun in. And these are simple things which will help you easy morning flow, smooth and non-transitional. Alongside with that, I also have a note app where I literally write down my to-do list every single day. Like, I take my clothes to the dry cleaner, what I have to do in terms of grocery, call my team, sit down for my website work, so on and so forth, that I'm accurately targeting and how productive my mornings look, which in turn will give me a better day. I also feel that the planner I work uses on a micro task level, and the notepad which I use works on the macro one. So to summarize this, basically, if you want to upgrade your morning, it essentially comes down to these simple hacks, which is like waking up early, getting in sunrise, getting in that sunlight, opening shades, getting in your electrolytes, working on your movement, and most importantly, my hot tip is staying away from your phone. So if you're waking up and scrolling through your phone on social media, it's like taking away the energy and the capacity for you to be doing something towards your goal. It's like you're invested in other people's life than your own. And all of this inwardly helps you set up a successful day if done right. I like to think of my day like a sandwich. The mornings is the first layer of that bread. So you got to make sure and be purposeful and strategic about how you want to make this sandwich of yours look like. So these are some important hacks to take your mornings to the next level. So you don't have to implement all of these together, and you also have to let me know how it goes in the comment section. Take space for yourself, because I've realized that this space you take for yourself will make you and also help you be your best, so that you give others your best too, including yourself. So signing off for this week. Catch you in the next one with a different productive talk. So I'll see you until I see you next. Ciao.